Hello and welcome to National Focus for Friday, August 30, 2024. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, Dominica hosts preparatory meeting for 16th Ministerial Development Forum, DAAA hosts Kids Athletics Festival, and Dominica's new partnership with LIAT 2020 expected to boost tourism industry. The details of the headline stories and more when we return.
Ride safe, wear a helmet, safer roads in the nature aisle. This message was brought to you by the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica.
Welcome back. Representative ministers of Eastern Caribbean countries met at the State House Conference Center today to explore innovative approaches to address inequalities and shocks and to make social safety nets more resilient. Promoting inclusive economic growth is also on their agenda.
We gather not just as representatives of our respective nations, but as stewards of shared values and common goals. Our focus on social policies reflects our collective commitment to addressing the pressing challenges that impact the well-being of individuals and communities worldwide.
Hosting this event is another indication of government's commitment to building resilience in every aspect of life.
The government of Dominica is pleased to host this meeting. This support is a clear sign of the importance our government places on this critical issue of resilient social development as we move towards the realization of being the first climate-resilient nation in the world. I also take this opportunity to thank our trusted partner, UNDP, for your support and facilitation of the thematic sessions and beyond.
Today's preparatory meeting was held in anticipation of the 16th Ministerial Developmental Forum, which is scheduled for Barbados from October 30 to November 1.
The objective of today's meeting is to provide leaders of social development, environment, and finance, and senior technocrats with the opportunity and open space to exchange ideas and strategies and engage in candid discussions prior to the 16th Ministerial Development Forum for Latin America and the Caribbean. Today is our individual and collective opportunity to share, learn, and position ourselves for the Ministerial Forum, which will be held in person for the first time in our region in Barbados from October 30 to November 1.
Attending the meeting were representatives of Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Dominica. Dominica Amateur Athletics Association hosted a Kids Athletics Festival at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium today. The festival culminated the 4-week DAAA Kids Athletics Summer Grassroots Program, which aimed to foster athletic talent and healthy lifestyles among children within the country.
Today we are hosting our Grassroots Kiddies Athletics Festival, where we're going to have 7 clubs. We have the Aspirers Club, the Athons Club, Dominica Grammar School, we have the Westmore Rangers, we also have the Pioneers Athletics Club and Westmore, I think I said them already. Yes, and also we have a Striders Athletics Club, and we also have some kids who are unattached or unaffiliated to various clubs. It is the culmination of 6 weeks of a grassroots program which was held over the summer. That is basically to identify new talent and bring them into the athletics fraternity so that we could actually have the talent identification to look at the possible prospects of them being qualifying for our national teams such as CARIFTA CAC age group, which will be coming up in 2025.
The program held over the summer was a major success, introducing 200 children to track and field.
The program started during the summer, and it is our hope that it will be sustained at least once a week moving on into the new year. The program was very successful. We were able to attract 200 new kids into athletics into Dominica, so that in itself is successful. It met our target of 200, and we're hoping to grow over the year to have at least 500 kids across the island being active in athletics, track and field.
Participants had the opportunity to interact with Dominica's top athletes at the festival.
So the athletes will have the opportunity to meet our Olympians, Mr. Denick Luke and Thea Lafont, who will be on site today during the course of today, and also Fabian Florent, our 2016 Olympian as well. So basically it's a program just to demonstrate the abilities in athletics, run, jump, throw, the basic drills and the basic competition amongst our athletes. All of them will be rewarded with a medal and a certificate. That's just to end the program. But also we'd like to thank our many sponsors who came on board, such as Astafan's Fine Foods, Planned Parenthood, Springfield Trading, Fruits and Flowers, Genesis Creative, and all the other sponsors who came on board to support this initiative.
Olympic gold medalist Thea Lafont-Gatson graced the event and inspired athletes as they set out to compete.
I started the sport around your age, a little older than you maybe. And the best part about sports is that it doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter how you felt when you woke up that morning, doesn't matter who made you vex early in the day, is that when you come to your sport, you can let it all go and just enjoy. And so today, that's all I want you to do, is to have fun, enjoy each other, compete, of course, but just truly fall in love with athletics the way I have.
Minister for Sports Honorable Oscar George encouraged participants to embrace the opportunities available in sports.
You have a real opportunity now to excel in sports, and athletics for that matter. And one of the days when you would play sports just for fun, these days you have a real opportunity to excel, to make a real living in sports. And I urge you to take sports very seriously, especially at the primary school level, because at the primary school level, this is the time where you get the opportunity to learn your skills and to nurture your craft. And I ask that the DAAA, the sports division is here, I ask them that they continue to play their part in assisting you and helping you to nurture your talent at a very young age.
DAAA is committed to fostering the growth of athletes of all ages and abilities, supporting their journey from grassroots to elite level. A new chapter begins for air travel in Dominica as the inaugural flight of LIAT 2020 landed at the Douglas Charles Airport in Marigot on Thursday. This partnership was expected to positively impact Dominica's tourism industry. Destination Marketing Manager of Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, thanked the airline for including Dominica in its routes and acknowledged the new opportunities that will blossom from this partnership.
This new route serves as a vital link, boosting our regional connections and unlocking numerous opportunities for tourism and trade. Our countless natural attractions and rich culture are now within easier reach for travelers eager to experience the beauty we offer. As the backbone of our local economy, tourism will surely flourish with increased access and visibility.
She also anticipates increased visitor arrivals as one of the benefits that will derive from this partnership.
We expect a rise in tourist numbers that will revitalize our hospitality sector, support local enterprises, and contribute to job creation and economic progress. This change holds the promise of uplifting our community and enhancing the lives of our people.
Chief Executive Officer of the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority, Benoit Bardwell, outlined the airline's flight schedule.
Based on your published schedule, we observe that LIAT 2020 Limited will be making at least 4 calls per week to and from Dominica to Barbados, St. Kitts, and Antigua with onward connections. And I say onward connections because the connections, especially in the region, has been under tremendous stress over the last few months. And we are hoping that that can be a thing of the past in terms of the new flights that are being brought to Dominica with the addition of LEAT 2020.
This partnership comes at an opportune time as Dominica prepares to host its annual World Creole Music Festival, and work progresses on Dominica's flagship project, the International Airport.
As you are well aware, Dominica is building its new international airport, which will be on stream by 2027. And we are hoping, as we do so, to ensure that we can bring in as many visitors to experience the gem of the Caribbean, the nature island of the Caribbean, because we want to expose all of the things that we have here so that people can come and enjoy what true nature is all about.
Mr. Badwell encouraged LEAT 2020 to work alongside Dominica in elevating its travel experience.
As we look forward to your service to our travelers, we want you to pay close attention to delivering exceptional travel experiences for all. That is something that we want to have as a cornerstone, because for us here in Dominica, a traveler's experience, we want to ensure that we can continue to exceed the traveler's expectations. And so we want you to join hands with us to ensure that that exceptional travel experience continues once they utilize your services.
President of the Dominica Olympic Committee and Chairman of the Dominica Sports Council, Mr. Billy Doctrove, has offered commendations to government for their presentations to Olympic champion of women's triple jump, Thea Lafont-Gadson. Last weekend, Thea was presented 7,000 square foot of land, $400,000, a diplomatic passport for herself and her husband, and she will also receive the nation's highest award, the Dominica Award of Honor, as the guest of honor during independence.
I want to say also very early, I want to congratulate the Prime Minister and government of Dominica for their outstanding gesture in the awards that they will be presenting to Thea. It meant a lot to each and every one of us at the DOC, because we had submitted our recommendations to the Prime Minister as to the manner in which Thea should be rewarded. And I must say, Mr. PM, we came good.
Thea's transition to a full-time professional athlete after the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games was a major factor behind her success. This decision was supported through a donation from the government of Dominica.
Brendan, Woody, and myself, we had that discussion and we recognized that Thea couldn't do it with that schedule. So when we came back to Dominica, we had an executive meeting and we put it on the table and said, guys and ladies, this is the situation. We have to make a decision to ensure that Thea can compete with those ladies. And every member, it was unanimous that we had to increase her sponsorship and the value of her scholarship so that she would stop teaching. And as Thea says, from that day, her career has changed. And I want to also thank the Prime Minister again, because I had a meeting with him and I highlighted that same situation with him. And the very next year, he made a financial contribution to Thea to assist her.
He expressed profound gratitude to the Dominica Olympic Committee for its support.
I would like to take this opportunity before I leave to thank our administrative staff of the Dominica Olympic Committee. They are in the background. I happen to be the president, so most times you will hear me or see me, but our 5 persons in the office, and they are just around this table here. Mrs. Bruno, Tanya, Whitney, Vernon, and Miss George. those persons are directly responsible for the hard work and graft. Because as I said, an Olympic champion doesn't fall from the sky. And there's a lot of planning to do when those kind of major events are about. And without them, we would not have been a successful organization as we are.
Caribbean Music Awards Dominica Bouillon artists Ridge and Asa Banton are celebrating resounding success at the 2024 Caribbean Music Awards, held in Brooklyn, New York on Thursday evening. Bouillon boss and cultural ambassador Asa Banton emerged the winner of the People's Choice Award, a testament to his growing popularity and impact across the globe.
To win this award, when you're going up against some of the best in the business, we at their island got millions of people. That means you're really doing something good. This one is for Dominica. This one is for Bouillon music. This one is for soca. This one is for the Caribbean. I just want to say a special thank you to the Caribbean Music Award. And I want to big up Triple K, WCK, those guys, the young guys coming from Dominica, dirty, nasty business, whatever it is. We all represent one music, which is Bouillon. And we under one umbrella, which is soca. Big up Marshall Montano, big up everybody who did it. Thank you very much. We did it!
Meanwhile, Ridge captured the title of Bouillon Artist of the Year. This was the first time Dominica's Bouillon music was added as a category at the awards, marking a historic moment for the country.
What a wow, what a wow! This one is for Dominica, you know. Big up the nasty business. Big up to my boy Arturo Bellot, Morsiwo. Big up to Dirty Lifestyle. Big up to Burn Brain Jolly. Don't make no man shake your cherry tree. Shakalak, shakalak, shakalak. You know ready? Hey, that was a shock. I wasn't expecting that, you know. But anyways, big up to my mom, my dad, Sheba and Thomas, World Boss, Sugar George, and all the nasty business artists. Big up. Oh, butter.
You are watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. The Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence will announce the official release of Dominica's 2024 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate (CSEC) results on Monday, September 2. The island's overall performance in the CSEC examinations will be presented with a focus on the achievements of students, schools and educators. The event is scheduled for 10 a.m. at the Dominica Public Service Union building. Gold medalist Thea Lafont-Gatson visited the Castlebruce Secondary School and the Kalinagubarana Ote yesterday as part of her continued tour of schools and communities in Dominica. Parliamentary representative of the Castlebruce constituency, Honorable Octavia Alfred, told the students gathered at the Castlebruce Secondary School that Thea Lafont-Gatson had shown us the importance of resilience.
She has shown us resilience. And we know that our people are people of resilience. I say another word I used for resilience before resilience was so popular. I used to say we have pop-up ability. That one is my word. Pop-up ability. Like when something press you down there, you pop up over there higher than how you started there. And when somebody press you down there, you pop up over there in their face again one more time. We commend you for your pop-up ability.
Honorable Octavia Alfred thanked Thea Lafont-Gatson for teaching us about a healthy self-management.
We want to thank Mrs. Lafont for teaching us something about healthy self-management. Not just about running, and counting 9/8 of what they're doing at the Olympics and all of us sitting in front of the TV, and she kind of didn't jump, she flew. It had a lot going on behind that. You have to manage your health. And how cool is this? Let me go back a little. On your attitude to your healthy attitude, what you eat. You know the number of children in our area who do not eat vegetables? As a matter of fact, look at their faces. As a matter of fact, when you say vegetables, children respond, yuck. And if you think that's funny, I think that is really serious. For an agriculture area and for our children to not have the appreciation for eating vegetables. Why? Because it didn't come down from parents. We have a cause for concern.
The parliamentary representative thanked Mrs. Gatson for the strength she has given to girls.
I thank you for the strength that you have shown to our girls. And we have a lot of girl footballers. As a matter of fact, girl football team may be starting Castle Secondary, with some grand for girls. Girls, we have girls football, we have girls volleyball, we have girls. All of the boys playing. The girls there. And I'm telling you something, girls, don't be intimidated. Play hard. Play hard, because this is how far playing hard can get you as a girl. I said girl, and I want to thank you too for the strength you've shown to those of us who are athletes.
Thea Lafont Gatson also traveled to the Salibia constituency, where she visited the Kalinago Barana Ote. There she met with members of the Kalinago Council and the parliamentary representative, Honorable Kozia Frederick, who welcomed her and thanked her for adding value to the Dominican space.
You added value to the Dominican space, to the YT Gullion space, because growing up as a child myself and many of us here, we saw an appearance at a games like the Olympics as something very far-fetched. And only big countries like Jamaica or Trinidad or Barbados could grace that sort of stage. And just to know that in 2024, the small island, Nature Island, sometimes misconstrued or misinterpreted or misrepresented as the Dominican Republic. Clearly not the Dominican Republic. A small island state, which is only about not even 50 years old since independence, and who have been able to bring out a daughter of the soil like you.
He said Thea stands as a good example for young people.
You set a good example for young people. You are a shining star. And that's why it was a no-brainer for the government of Dominica to bestow on you the highest honor. The first Dominican who could go out there on the massive stage and to bring home and to fly that banner, that wonderful flag we have, the 10 stars, the Cicero parrot, the green, the yellow, the gold, the black, all of those wonderful colors. That really represents all of us in this room. Because even though I am from this space, and many of us are from this space, the YT Gullion society is of all of us. We have a wonderful Kalinago heritage. We have mixtures of European designs. We have people of African descent who came, but we did a sort of bouillon. We merged into what we know as a Creole society. So all of us have an equal part to play in this.
Thea Lafont Gatson took time to speak with students and residents of both constituencies and thanked them for their warm and memorable welcome. Primary and secondary school assessments are playing an integral role in the Ministry of Education's approach to dealing with poor performance in certain subject areas. Education Minister Honorable Octavia Alfred has been discussing measures taken by her ministry to address subject area weaknesses which show up in students' final regional exams.
Sometimes you wonder what happens, because this year our grade 2 and grade 4 assessments in literacy and numeracy, they are very good. But you might see one component where the children are lacking. So what we are doing is that we are grouping common weaknesses from the national assessment so that the Ministry of Education can prepare remedial programs to address these, because not all schools have the same issues to be addressed. And it becomes a recurring decimal, because the kinds of teachers, students you put out, these are the students who are going to come back and be teachers at this school.
The Honourable Minister says if these issues of poor performance are left unchecked, the problems persist and become entrenched.
And it becomes a recurring decimal, because the kinds of teachers, students you put out, These are the students who are going to come back and be teachers at this school. Then we have to also review what is going on at the Teachers College. Because the Teachers College, that is where they learn strategies, and that is where they are taught pedagogy. And according to how they are taught, that's how they deliver. And we also look at the fun things, the game parts, of especially mathematics. Because when I was a primary school teacher, we had to prepare games to do. Mathematics was not something you just teach on the blackboard. You go outside and you draw a hopscotch on the pavement, and the children jump hopscotch, and they learn by doing.
The Education Minister has expressed a desire to see more creativity in the classroom.
So maybe we need to go back and look at some of the best practices we had when we used to take the children on a nature walk, and they would take their notes, and because teachers think it's ridiculous when you tell them you can teach the entire week on a theme. So if this week we're talking about environment, you can teach environment in maths. While they're taking their nature walk, they pick leaves and they pick stones and they count how many butterflies. And if a vehicle passes, they record the number plates. And all the numbers that they come in class, these are the same numbers that we pick up on our nature work that we're using for maths. And we talk about the environment and pollution in science. And the reading passage for the comprehension is on the environment. And they write their composition on a walk that they had. So for the entire week, you push that, and by the end of the week, we're good to go. So
She says the Ministry of Education must take another look at the training that teachers receive and the entry requirements for the profession.
Sometimes we don't get people with the English and the mathematics, and we have to sometimes pull in somebody with one. But at the primary schools, we do not teach subjects, we teach classes, so you have to know all. We might have to look at how we restructure the primary schools, and maybe if this person is strong in maths, let them do the maths for grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6. Let them teach maths alone to all the grades, because this is the person who has it. So a lot of things we need to review, but I am still impressed. I am still happy. I've been in the education system all my life, from primary school teacher to when it was JSP to up to secondary school and principal primary, principal secondary. So if I tell you I've seen it all, I've seen it all.
Former parliamentary representative for the Maho constituency, Senator the Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, has commended Olympic gold medalist Thea Lafont-Gatson on being a role model for the young people of that community. The Honorable Blackmore was addressing a gathering this week which formed part of Thea's visit to Maho Primary School.
And when she said that before she got into the competition, she had to contemplate doing a procedure and had to actually depart from the advice of a doctor. But she knew in her heart, as was laid down by her grandparents and her parents, that there was something exceptional that could have been achieved. And she jumped and she made history. And for that, we're proud of you, Tia, and God bless you. I'm very proud of her in Maho, in Dominica, and the region, and the rest of the world.
Mr. Blackmore emphasized the need for young people to have positive role models in their lives.
I want for us, for you, the young people, because we are at the crossroad. We in this country are at the intersection of promise and darkness, where our young people do not have the kind of role models that we had before. When the agents of socialization is no more potent to shape the life of our children, we're going to need examples like Tia to say to you, the young people, that you can be anything you want to be. Because it's the experiences and the emotions and the slipping and the sliding that shape your destiny and define who you are. That's important.
He said parents must appreciate the awesome privilege and opportunity they have in shaping the lives of their children.
So never give up on your dreams. And for you parents who are here today, understand that please, that these children or young children are British legacy. Be a Daniel, be a Mr. Daniel. What they left behind is a legacy of promise in their children. Honest and Theophile. Say. That's my girl there, say. And all of us look at mapping. When mapping just came around, just to read the news. We were proud in Picardy.
Honorable Blackmore believes parents can help determine how many more children will excel like Thea did by simply providing the motivation.
There's much more. There are much more tears in the crowd there. What is going to be required of us is the motivation and being there for our children. Because Tia's grandparents were there for her by being there for the parents, for the children. And she said something to me that's important. She said during COVID, her mother and father built a gym in the basement. How many of us parents do that for our children to motivate them? So we are the ones who have brought our children on earth. We have a responsibility for eternity to our children.
Coming up next, the Creole News Highlights with Jano Jacob.
Bienvenue à ce nouvel Creole, nom monsieur Jano Jacob. Des artistes musique bouillon Dominique gagne award GIS Cavoye congratulations by Essa Banton et puis Ridge Across the Bridge. Des artistes musique bouillon Dominique Ridge gagne titre artiste bouillon pour Nanéa. Bouillon boss Essa Banton gagne award People's Choice. Award musique Kawaii Bla pour place en l'Amérique au souhait. Théa Lafont Gadson continue visite l'école et puis communauté hier. Et visiter l'école secondaire Cassebrousse et puis Kalinago Barana Oté. Il joue et puis légion l'école et puis moun ces villages là. Par le rep pour Cassebrousse, honorable Octavia Alfred dit, Théa mettait plus force en jeune Jean-Dominique esprit femme. Il dit Théa montrer nous importance résilience. Aussi comment pour nous ménager santé nous. Théa aussi visité Kalinago Barana Oté et puis pays Kalinago. Honorable Kozia Frederick dit Théa a ajouté valeur en espace Dominique Sassé. Théa ses enfants Dominique qui a longé né Dominique en Jeux olympiques dans Sala. Il dit Théa c'est un bon exemple pour jeunes moun. Gouvernement qui honore Théa Lafont Gadson et puis plus gros honneur national Dominique pour indépendance dans Sala. Assessment l'école primaire et puis secondaire car Wende ministre éducation adressé performance l'école qui faible. Officier CXC dit il a besoin faire plus de travail en mathématiques et puis anglais. Ministère éducation honorable Octavia Alfred a discuté manière pour adresser ces faiblesses là. Esprit faiblesse en résultat examen CXC. Et le ministre éducation n'est pour traiter ces problèmes ça la bonne. Il voulait voir plus attention créative en l'école. Aussi training pour teacher bien important. Partenaire Dominique et puis l'IAT 22 à 2020 qui est José Tourisme Dominique. Yon chapette 9 pour place en basse avion Douglas Charles hier. Premier vol l'IAT pour place. Manager destination la place en autorité pour découvrir Dominique, Marva Williams remercie l'IAT pour opportunité salaire. Plus moun qui venu Dominique esprit pour festival musique Creole. Mouche Benoît Badwil, chef exécutif basse avion et puis Pau, a encouragé l'IAT pour Wende José expérience visiter Dominique. Ça c'est tout à ce nouvel en Creole. Changez-nous en temps cyclone. Continuez à faire préparation bonheur. Non, moi c'est Jano Jacob. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
And now for today's weather advisory. A high-pressure system is expected to be the dominant feature across the area during the next 24 hours. Low-level clouds moving with the wind flow are expected to result in mostly partly cloudy conditions with a few showers. The National Hurricane Center is currently monitoring an area of interest in the central tropical Atlantic with a medium chance of development within the next 7 days. Regardless of development, the system could produce high rainfall totals over Dominica Monday into Tuesday. Interests in Dominica are advised to monitor the progress of this area of interest as we continue to provide the necessary updates. Slight to moderate seas can be expected in open water, with waves expected to peak near 5 feet. As we approach the peak of the hurricane season, individuals are advised to take precautions to protect themselves and their families. For today's hurricane tip, have a bag ready and plan your evacuation route so you're prepared if leaving the area becomes necessary. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production Team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching.